everyone, welcome to today's webinar. I'm Alexa. I lead our customer success team in EMEA here at talon.one. I'm excited to dive into loyalty programs, customer engagement, and gamification with you. Joining me today are Lotte from Capgemini and Claire from Iterable. We'll be focusing on how gamification is revolutionizing loyalty programs, shifting them from basic transactions to deeply engaging, long-lasting customer relationships. Gamification is gaining traction as brands look for fresh ways to stand out and create memorable customer experiences. With the gamification market projected to reach a whopping $30.7 billion by 2026, it's clear that brands are prioritizing this strategy. Before we kick off, I think it's helpful for us to define gamification, since it's a word we've been hearing a lot lately. We define it as integrating game-like elements and design in non-game settings. Its primary purpose is to engage users with a more exciting and rewarding experience. In retail, gamification is used in a number of different ways. Usually, the immediate objective of gamification is to increase engagement, acting as a stepping stone to other outcomes. In mind, I'm excited to introduce our first speaker, Lotte Direct-Slider. You have over 10 years of experience in loyalty and marketing. Let's start with the psychology behind it. How does gamification actually influence human behavior in the context of loyalty programs?
Hi, Alexa. Thank you for introducing me. I'm leading the marketing offering here in the Netherlands. So for all of our customers that have questions regarding marketing, we help them with their transformation from business to technology. So regarding your question, so why games are inherently engaging, I would say that emotional loyalty is outcome driven by nurturing customer emotional connection to a brand. And these have like more or less 5 elements. And the first one is like the reward systems. So people are naturally motivated by rewards, and loyalty games often offer points, discount, or exclusive items as incentives, which encourages participation and repeat engagement. The second one is like a gamification element. So these games incorporate elements of gamification, such as challenges, level, achievements. This taps into the human desire of competition and accomplishment, making the experience more enjoyable and addictive. The third one is social interaction. So many loyalty games include social features such as leaderboard, sharing achievements, competing with friends. So this social aspect adds an extra layer of motivation and fun. The fourth one is tracking progress. So the ability to track progress and see tangible results. This provides a sense of accomplishment and encourages continued participation. And the last one is, of course, the surprise and delight element, which incorporates unexpected rewards or bonuses that keeps the experience fresh, excited. So this unpredictably can enhance engagement.
Thanks, Lotte. Yeah, I see a lot of surprise and delight getting used even with our customers at talon.one, which leads to my next question with how does gamification build habits to foster loyalty through behavioral science?
So by focusing on the individual, by building this emotional human loyalty with a combination of like the rational value and the emotional connection, by driving this deep emotional engagement can help brands to build more meaningful, deep-rooted loyalty. Like the key emotions such as honesty, trust, and belonging have the strongest impact on loyalty and are central to building genuine emotional connection with the customers. So to emotionally engage the customer, brand must create differentiated two-way experiences that offer varied interaction and meet growing expectations for simplicity, immersion, and personalization.
Can you share some real-world examples of how companies are using gamification in their loyalty programs?
Yeah, sure. Like, for example, Roblox that turns youthful users into game creators without forcing them to learn complicated coding. So they can use simple tools to make their own games, which can be played worldwide and are contributing to their passion brand community of global members engaging with members creating content. And the second one is, for example, Starbucks Odyssey, which gives selected customers the opportunity to participate in interactive journeys to earn NFTs and points that open access to exclusive benefits and experiences. So members can also purchase limited edition NFTs that include charitable components, such as donation to causes that matter to members. So these two examples, I think, are really nice, fun, and has a purposeful element as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. That was so fascinating. So as Lotte just explained, gamification plays a crucial role in influencing customer behavior and creating meaningful experiences. Now, let's shift gears a bit and dive deeper into how gamification can be integrated into loyalty programs. Gamification taps into two powerful human traits, curiosity and competitiveness, creating excitement in everyday customer interactions. When done right, the impact is undeniable. 47% increase in engagement, 22% boost in brand loyalty, and a 15% rise in brand awareness. Gamification isn't just about handing out rewards, it's about turning everyday interactions into fun, repeatable experiences. By adding elements like badges, leaderboards, challenges, and rewards, brands can boost engagement, drive purchase frequency, increase average order value, and foster brand advocacy. So if gamification is set to play such a big role in driving customer loyalty in 2025, where can you start? To stay ahead, it's all about exploring the right tactics to shape your engagement strategy. Let's dive into some ideas. Interactive sweepstakes and points. Layering video game-like style elements into loyalty programs lets customers earn points and enter sweepstakes, transforming traditional models into engaging experiences. Emotionally engaging touch points. Games really aren't just about rewards. They build deep emotional connection with customers, creating meaningful moments and engagement. The third is guessing challenges. Simple gamified promotions tied to guessing games provide exciting incentives like BOGO deals or sweepstake entries, encouraging repeat engagement. And the last is limited time promotions, creating urgency through time-sensitive gamified campaigns. It excites customers, driving new acquisitions and re-engaging lapsed ones. And of course, gamification is a key driver when it comes to grabbing the attention of Gen Z. A Gen Z gains purchasing power. Oh, sorry, let me start that over. And of course, gamification is a key driver when it comes to grabbing Gen Z's attention. As Gen Z gains purchasing power, their preference reshapes gamification. 61% of Gen Z gamers view games as a form of self-expression and not just entertainment. Now let's look at some best-in-class examples. One of our clients at talon.one, Sephora, offers a masterclass in gamification for retailers seeking inspiration. Their Beauty Insider program keeps members engaged by letting them earn extra points through fun, gamified experiences. Beauty Insider challenges are available to all loyalty members at Sephora. They're not limited by tiers and don't necessarily require purchases either. All Beauty Insider members can earn 100 points for each completed task. For example, buying online and picking up in store, subscribing to Sephora text alerts, or adding samples to your basket during online checkout. Simplicity and transparency are key for effective gamification, helping encourage uptake with members. Beauty Insiders, for example, can access their challenges through Sephora.com or with the Sephora app. Customers easily monitor their progress and ongoing completed challenges. In addition to Sephora, at talon.one, we work with a lot of APAC clients who are way ahead when it comes to gamification and have been using features like spin the wheel for years. So we've talked a lot about how gamification can be a game changer, no pun intended, but let's not forget the tech side. Even something as simple as a quiz or spin the wheel can take a lot of engineering hours to build. That's why we recommend brands look for loyalty software that already offers gamification features. Selecting the right software depends on your gamification goals. So some key features include leaderboards, rewards, points, badges, progress trackers, loyalty and referral integration, automated campaign monitoring, and analytics. With that, let's hear from Claire from Iterable, who will discuss how gamification plays a vital role in customer experience strategies. Over to you, Claire.
Thank you so much, Alexa. I'm excited to be here today to delve into gamification across the customer lifecycle. So my name is Claire, and I look to support our customers at Iterable with their customer engagement and lifecycle marketing. Each day I speak to customers about anything from optimizing their customer journeys and workflows, right the way through to helping them increase more contribution to overall business growth. For those of you who aren't aware of Iterable, we're a customer communication platform. So we work with brands like Strava, Afterpay, Beauty Pie, Marley Spoon, Fabletics, and so on. And marketers can use our easy-to-use platform to send their cross-channel messages on email, push, SMS, in-app web, and even soon WhatsApp. So my take on loyalty and gamification is that it needs to be used throughout the entire customer journey, but it should be a two-way street. What I mean by that is the following. Does it add joy or delight the customer, whilst also helping you as a marketer to re-engage, get analytics, tracking? And I personally think that this ensures you are rewarding the customer, but you're not doing it as a random act of marketing, but you as a marketer are getting something back from that, whether it be engagement, data, or visits to your site.
I'm curious, as someone who supports her customers across the life cycle, can you share how brands are integrating gamified elements throughout the customer experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So using gamification consistently through onboarding, checkout, and post-purchase is a great way to engage and re-engage your customers in a more lighthearted manner rather than constantly trying to push the sell. And this kind of gamification doesn't need to be complicated or groundbreaking. Whenever I'm doing a small shop, I'll nip to my Sainsbury's local, and when I remember, I scan my Nectar card to collect points. Pretty much as soon as I'm leaving the shop and walking home, I receive a push notification, which then takes me to the app where I'm presented with a scratch to reveal style game to redeem additional points I've achieved to those earned from my purchase. So it might be a bit sad, but I do get very excited about this, and it really does work. It just shows that it doesn't have to be complicated. And I think the trick here is that the notification is so timely. They get me immediately as I'm walking home with fewer distractions. And this is definitely a good example of how the right time, right message is so effective here. I think.
Absolutely.
Sorry. In terms of onboarding, Duolingo thinks that definitely sets the gold standard for gamification. So from the moment me as a consumer opens the app, I'm drawn into a seamless experience. So instead of starting with a tedious sign-up form, Duolingo lets you dive straight into learning by selecting your target language and completing a fun interactive demo lesson. And the instant reward is gems, so points that can be used for perks like extra lives or streak freezes. These gems kind of celebrate achievements, they offer tangible incentives, and they reinforce progress, all of which create a sense of accomplishment and motivation. And what's genius is how Duolingo delays asking for a profile until after delivering this value. So they're shortening that time to value and ensuring users are engaged before introducing commitment steps. And their consistent A/B testing, something that we very much encourage our users to leverage in Iterable, has honed this strategy. So the A/B testing that they've carried out helped them boost their day one retention from just 13% at launch to an impressive 55% today. So I think this is an absolute masterclass in how gamification, when paired with behavioral insights, can transform onboarding and drive retention.
Linking that back to the marketer, how can they use gamification analytics to refine and personalize the customer journey?
Yeah, so I think this goes back to the two-way street that I was talking about earlier. So sure, you want to give your customers joy, but you also want to gain something back from it too. You can use gamification analytics to refine and personalize the customer journey even further. For example, tracking engagement and participation levels. If users spend little time on activities, add more rewarding or engaging elements, for example, instant rewards or shorter tasks. Also analyzing user progress and milestones. You can use these insights to refine gamified journeys by identifying trends and behaviors that signify user satisfaction or potential drop-off points. For example, if a significant number of users fail to reach a particular milestone, it could indicate a bottleneck that requires simplification or maybe additional incentives to overcome. Conversely, tracking users who quickly achieve milestones allow marketers to identify high engagement segments and tailor advanced challenges or rewards for them. So this data can be used to segment users based on activity level and create personalized journeys such as adaptive onboarding flows or loyalty tiers that scale with user engagement. So I think these analytics really empower the marketers that I work with to refine their strategies and transform what could be a generic customer journey into data-driven, engaging experiences, which means brands can far better align with individual motivations, driving deeper connections and ultimately long-term success.
Can you provide our listeners with a real-life example of gamification seamlessly integrated into a brand's customer experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with the major fitness app Strava, and they have so many brilliant examples of how gamification can drive retention and engagement by connecting with users on both a personal and a competitive level. I think one of their standout strategies is the weekly stats recap email. This email celebrates the user's achievements and lets the stats kind of fire you up. So including the weekly moving time, weekly distance, and weekdays that you were active, encouraging you to push yourself even further. And it's also paired with visuals, so a clock timer, a map of the distance covered. It's this blend of encouragement and challenge that makes users feel accomplished and motivated to keep going. And they also have a monthly stat recap email that drives users into the app to check out their stats. So what's particularly clever about this is the email itself is coupled with a push notification to bring users back into the app. Notification might say, your stats are waiting, see how you stacked up this month. Clicking on it leads directly into the app where users can then dive into their progress, compare with friends, or complete a new challenge. This seamless experience turns, passive email recipients into active app users, creating more opportunities for social interaction and goal setting. And they also use gamification even for users who may not have had an active month. I know I have definitely been guilty of that. So a notification might read, no kilometers logged this month. It's never too late to start. These messages are designed to encourage re-engagement in a positive way, reminding users that progress can always resume, which helps prevent those drop-offs. So I think this approach definitely keeps users emotionally connected to their fitness journey while deepening their bond with the platform. Anecdotally, seeing my progress in these recaps or receiving a push reminder was the nudge that I needed to stay consistent, even on those challenging weeks. So I think their strategy demonstrates how platforms can use gamification to motivate, celebrate, and retain their users, whilst also making their journeys both rewarding and ultimately fun.
Thank you, Claire. Those are both great examples, Strava and Duolingo. So as we wrap up here today, there are some key takeaways that we want you to take from the session. The first one is gamification is evolving loyalty programs. It's no longer just about rewards. It's about creating immersive, engaging experiences that keep your customers coming back. The second is personalization is key. You're going to hear this a lot, but it's true. Tailored rewards, badges, leaderboards, all of those things help create emotional loyalty, especially with Gen Z who value experiences over transactions. The third is that gamification drives deeper engagement. It taps into human psychology, competition, achievement, and community, offering brands a unique way to connect with their customers on a deeper level. And lastly, track success with the right metrics. Be sure to track KPIs like customer retention, engagement rates, lifetime value to measure the true impact of gamified loyalty programs. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope you're leaving with fresh insights on how to transform your loyalty programs into powerful, gamified experiences that drive lasting customer loyalty.